Hey everybody, it's Zoe. It's been a little while since we've talked, about a week, I guess. We're at 47 days since vocal surgery. I think we're doing pretty well. Um, Still a little fuzzy, but not like it was. Actually, got more power than I did even before surgery. I think we've got to. Right now, we're just kind of seeing where it'll go. I've got an appointment next week with the doctor for him to look at it again and see what he thinks, and hopefully I'll be even better by then. Today I want to talk to you about what's going on in the world. I mean, we've got some crazy happening. I mean, Trump's taxes leaked. he's in trouble, it seems. We've got and he's also wanting Joe Biden to pee in a cup before this shindig happens over at the Cleveland Clinic next tomorrow when they do the debate. So that ought to be interesting. But we've got some. I feel like we've got some hard times coming, at least for our kind. If the right wins, we got a guy in office who's totally supported by bigots and hate mongers who don't really think kindly of trans people. And he has done nothing but embolden them in his 4 years of service so far. That being the case, things could get a little bit rough. On the left, we've got a guy who has been in the government for 47 years. And everybody on the right keeps saying, well, he's been in the government for 47 years and he hadn't changed anything. Well, guess what? He was a senator, all right? I don't know if any of y'all remember sixth grade civics class, but senators can't do anything by themselves. All they do is write laws and vote on laws. It takes a majority or a supermajority to get those laws passed. He never had any authority to make any changes by himself. Even as vice president, which is basically a super senator. Like, they're a senator without a district, because the only power they really have, other than, backup plan in case POTUS kicks off, is to break ties in the Senate. That's it. That's all they do. So, like, what do you want? He did his job. That's all he could do. Like, he never had executive power, so there's nothing he could change. Anyway, but if you look at his voting record and the laws he wrote and sponsored, it was all right in the middle of the Overton window for that time. Like, he wrote some laws that were shitty, but at the time, this doesn't excuse it, but at the time they were things that were viewed as acceptable to the American people. If they weren't viewed as acceptable to the American people and he proposed them, there's a good chance he wouldn't have been in the Senate as long as he was. So you can say all you want how he was in he was in the government for 47 years and didn't get anything done, but what did you want him to do? Not really much he could do. So how about listen to what he's trying to do now? But even then, if the majority of his base decided that trans people are evil and we need to go, I'm not so sure he wouldn't go along with it. He's a politician, and the one thing that first-term presidents want more than anything is a second term. So we're going to have to watch that too. So my advice in the coming months is, a lot of you out there have embraced femininity as something that means subservient or fragile or delicate or submissive. None of those are inherently feminine traits. They're just traits that a lot of feminine people have. instead of being a delicate flower, I urge you all to be an oak tree in a field of delicate flowers. What that means is I'm from the country. I'm from southeast Oklahoma, so I use a lot of analogies and anecdotes and euphemisms to convey ideas and thoughts. And so a flower can easily be crushed under a boot. It can. It can be, I mean, it's beautiful to look at. It's art. It should be protected. It should be appreciated for its beauty. However, it crushes real good underneath a boot. It does. And it sucks, but it's not really a thing that you want to be in the midst of a shitstorm. So, but an oak tree, big oak tree, it can't be crushed by a boot. It's not going to get destroyed by a hard rain like a flower might. It's not going to, it's going to last. And what's really cool, what makes this analogy so great, in my opinion, is that an oak tree also provides shelter and protection for other things, like delicate flowers, squirrels, rabbits, horses and cows, all manner of life. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been, driving through the country during a rainstorm, but sometimes you'll see cows huddled up underneath an oak tree. Any kind of tree, really, but I like oak trees because they're strong. They sway in the wind. They're not so rigid in their composition that they break over in the wind easily. They've got flex. They can move a little bit left or right, front or back to get through whatever is going on around them. They've got and they'll last the test of time. I mean, there's an oak tree that was growing in the house I grew up with. My grandpa told me it was this big around when they moved there. Last time I was there, a year ago, it was bigger around than my arms could hold around. I imagine it's probably 70, 80 years old now. It's pretty strong. There's stronger trees out there. I mean, you've got bigger trees, but we're talking about trees I can relate to. And you probably can too. Oak trees are everywhere. We don't all get sequoia redwoods. But in a field of delicate flowers, there's nothing wrong with being a delicate flower. But if you can, be an oak tree. In a world full of snowflakes, be a hailstone. It's the same thing, just bigger and harder. That's my message for today. Don't let the bastards grind you down, because harder days are coming. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. But if I'm not, best be prepared, right? As always, hit me in the comment box. You can find me on Facebook, Zoe Jane Halo. That's Z-O-E, not Z-O-E-Y. Z-O-E, Jane, J-A-N-E, Halo, like an angel. You can find me on Twitter, at Zoe Jane XY. Or you can find me here. Y'all have a good week and be safe out there. Thanks.